Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. So, I've been away from reading here for a couple of weeks, and I'm just feeling a real pull to sit down with these decks and see what message wants to come through. I have had something coming through where I've just been getting an image of an insect. I'll call it an insect at the moment. I have a particular idea which insect I feel it might be, but I don't want to go too far into it just yet. But it looks like it is attached to either a tree branch or some kind of branch. And so I'll talk a little bit more about it as we move into the reading, but at this point in time, I just want to kind of introduce that to you as we're moving into the reading. So there's something about a insect or some kind of creature attached to a branch or something that is in a forest is what I'm getting here. And so I'm not quite sure how this will connect to the message or to the reading that comes through. I've got a deck that I haven't used before on the channel, which is a beautiful deck called the Westwood Tarot by Yasmeen Westwood. I'm going to use this deck and the beautiful archetype cards here as well by Krans. So let's just move in and see what this might be about. I'm not quite sure how it's going to connect, as I said, but I just want to just begin by introducing that. Let's begin with the archetype cards, and this deck is quite large. I do have the smaller version. Maybe I should have got those, but I wanted you to be able to see them. So I'll just shuffle them. It might take me a little while because I need to go a bit slowly. I don't want to drop them all over the table. And I want to make sure that I just take the time to bring forward the card that wants to show itself, or the cards that want to show themselves here for the message. Spirit, show us what needs to be revealed today, please, or what wants to be revealed today. And as always, just taking what resonates for you and connects for you. I hope everyone's been well. I've just been taking a little bit of a break, a little bit of a retreat, enjoying the winter sun. It's felt so beautiful, and I don't know, it's just had a beautiful free vibe to it. Okay, just going to keep shuffling here for a moment. Got something about a cage just then coming through, but I'm not quite sure if that was if it said caged or cage. Oh, I think there's two more there, is there, or one more? I'm going to take that. Let's just have a look. I'll just move those over there. Let's take what we've got here. We have got the one. Okay, the one. The desert, with the hand poking up. And the mountain. Interesting. The one, the desert, and the mountain. All right, I'm just going to move that there, and I'm going to actually put these across the top. The one, the desert, and the mountain. Let me just give these cards a shuffle. I just got hear me, hear me. It reminds me of, you know, in the past when you'd hear about like somebody would stand out and be like a town crier, like they, I don't know if they would say hear me or something similar, but that's what it reminded me of when I said it. Okay. 7 of Swords, the Fool, 9 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Mountain, the Desert, the One. All right, I'm just going to sit with these for a moment. Interesting that, is it a cricket or a praying mantis? Someone will know. The 7 of Swords, the Fool, the 9 of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There's something about this energy here, collective, that feels a little bit like they're trying to pull the focus perhaps over towards them. I have to just say that. Now, I am going to, at this point, go back to that initial mention that I had at the beginning of the insect, and just it's bringing through some clarity for me around that. I didn't want to say this until I had pulled some cards because I wanted to get some confirmation or some more information about that. But when I said that there was some sort of insect that seemed to me, and I'm not quite sure if I used the words attached at one end, that it was attached to either this branch or this stem or whatever it was. It looked like a branch or a tree at one end. I felt that perhaps it was a leech, but I didn't want to use that word because I know that it has connotations. People sometimes use that word in reference to energy, okay? They may say somebody is using an energy that feels, you know, like a leech or something like that. And I didn't want to use that word because I didn't want to bring that energy into the reading unless I got some kind of further messages around that. And I still don't want to bring that kind of energy in. I just want to make this clear, unless this is something that you are also feeling. But what I do want to say here is that with that image that I got initially, I do feel that that was an image of some kind of creature or insect that perhaps does attach itself in some way to the branch or to the tree or to the stem. And it wasn't a human, just keep that in mind, okay? It was attached to a tree or to some kind of forest growth, okay? So it hadn't yet attached to perhaps something, or to you, or to some sort of energetic you know, to take energy from somewhere. Maybe it was just in its own environment and habitat. But I do want to say that I do feel that this was perhaps a situation, or it could be a group, or it could be some kind of, it could be a person maybe that feels they have something to gain from another, maybe from you, or from there could be a circumstance where there is something to gain or to take from being around you or from being around another environment. Okay, so think broadly. I don't want anybody to panic and say, wow, somebody is trying to take from me, or I need to, you know, automatically say that this person is out to really drain me. But I'm just saying, go into this maybe with a very open mind, that there could be somebody with an energetic imprint of looking for what they can gain from a circumstance or a situation. All right, because I do feel like these cards now, particularly with the 7 of Swords and also this energy here and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, that feel like a confirmation for me, and the sequencing up here with the hand and the desert and then the mountain as well, just the whole sequence, that I'm starting to feel that there is something perhaps around your energy where somebody is looking at you, and perhaps they are standing in their own environment kind of seeking out with one end of them, kind of doing that. I don't know if you've seen an insect before where it will do that kind of poking out motion and feeling, you know, putting the feelers out, like what is out there for me where I can gain from the collective's energy, or what can I seek out that may be beneficial to me, and maybe they are not necessarily looking for a reciprocal kind of exchange. Now, this doesn't necessarily, I just want to also add this, because one of the things that is really important to me, and I have to be honest, because I know that in this channel in particular, as it was with my cauldron, and I know some of you are across here from there, it's one of the things that I've always been really cautious about with the readings here has been putting out messages that may, you know, how do I word this? I know that many of you know where I'm going with this. I don't want to put out dark energies or dark messages and attach them to people or situations where it's not warranted, or to kind of worry people where that doesn't need to be happening. Okay, and so I'm always saying tune into your own intuition, and I know that those of you who are here are very intuitive, so I'm always sort of saying that for anyone who might be new here, just be aware of just tuning in to what you're feeling about the circumstances. It doesn't necessarily mean that this is a negative person, but it may be somebody who isn't aligned or aware of their own light, and they may be looking for you to fill their own light, or looking for you to be their lantern, let's put it that way. They may be looking to you. They may be saying to the world, I am actually interesting as I'm saying this, because I just put a post up about, you know, how important it is, or how beautiful it is to connect with. And I feel that those of you here as well are the people who see themselves as not just the flame, but also the moths, you know, the people that seek as well as put out their light for the world. But this could be a group of people or a person, sorry, I feel like I'm talking really quickly, a group of people or a person who tells the world that they are the one, they are the flame, they are the light, but within they feel like they are really in a desert. They are seeking, they are saying, look, really, I can't sustain this. I need you to show me the way. You are the lighthouse here. And look at this. They may feel like they are climbing some kind of mountain here, looking for some kind of enlightenment, and that they are really looking and seeking in their own way. And there's nothing wrong with seeking. This is a beautiful thing, but they may have some kind of shame or something attached to that feeling. And so they may feel like they are seeking kind of, how do I express this? It's like they are presenting this light and telling you, I am this light. I've got it all together. Here I am shining this light out into the world. But deep within, there is this feeling of being within the desert and reaching for something. And they may feel like you are this something. And so it's that feeler, you know, it's that insect that's feeling out. They are within their own environment, like their own space that they're used to being in, like on that tree, but they're looking out to attach to you for your life force. And I'm not saying that they're going to do that or take anything from you, but I feel like this may be their intention, and I don't necessarily feel that they are even perhaps aware of it, because look at this. It's like you're a wish come true for them. You're ticking all their boxes. We talk about this in the love reading, how when the Nine of Cups comes up, it's like the person is a wish come true. And so perhaps you're their wish come true. It's like along you come, and you are embodying all the things that they are putting out and saying that they are, and perhaps presenting as being, what's on the bottom here? The hunter. Yeah. So they are looking, but they are looking, dark horse. Interesting. As I touched that, I got that song Wild Horses. You know that song Wild Horses Couldn't Drag Me Away? Wild horses. Also, as I said that, somebody here also has a connection to the words dark horses through a piece of music or a piece of art. There is something about a piece of art, either somebody has perhaps even hanging on their wall, or may have created, or there is something significant about a piece of art either hanging on their wall, a piece of music, something very specific about the words dark horse. Okay, and so I know I said the words wild horses, but the word dark horse feels very important there. And so this feels like an attachment where somebody is saying, I am the one, I have all of this to offer, but in truth, they are looking for you to be their light to help them to climb a mountain. This could be through any sort of connection. It could even be through a romantic connection. Like they're saying to you, I can guide this, I can take the lead here, I can be the one, because I did mention romantic connections. So it could even be through that sort of connection. But I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, there could be something about a collaboration here of sorts. I'm going to ask for more information. Particularly with the Fool. And so this person may be asking you to collaborate with them or move somewhere with them. And when I say move, I mean move in a particular direction, not necessarily move physically with them. And so move into a connection with me, move into a partnership with me, move into something with me. This feels significant. Excuse me. This feels significant. Let me ask about that Ace of Pentacles before I go further. But there's something with that Seven of Swords that is not revealed. The Moon. Cancer energy there. What's on the bottom? The Magician. Okay. Virgo Gemini energy with the Magician there. So I feel like this is somebody who is presenting to you that they hold a lot, that they can offer you a lot. Like I have everything here. I have maybe the resources we need to move into a particular direction. This could even be somebody who is asking you to partner up with them. Come with me, hold my hand, walk with me. We can go in this direction and do this together. How about this? This looks great, right? This connection looks great. This stepping stone looks great. How about this? What do you think of it? They may even have experience in a particular direction of doing something in a particular way. And I feel like the hat is like tipping the hat to some kind of knowledge or experience that they have. But with the Moon coming up alongside it, because this is underneath, right? And so it's like it's a knowing that they have experience. It's kind of like, yeah, we both know that. We both have this knowledge that you have that experience. But there is something about it that's misty. There's something about it that is unseen. I want to get a bit more on that. It's not feeling right to me. Tell me more about this. And I'm not, like I said, once again, this person may not even be aware of what is going on here. Like this may not be a malicious move. Like I'm going to seek out collective. I'm going to take their energy. I'm going to take their skill. I'm going to manipulate this in my advantage. It may not be that. It could just be that this person feels like you're a great fit. You have the knowledge. You have the insight. You're the lantern here. This makes me think of the lantern. You will help them. Together you two can climb this mountain. Okay, because they're in a desert. And even though they feel like they shine this light, and they may shine this light, but I feel like the one is truly you. Okay, and they acknowledge that. And so it's like they see you as ticking these boxes in this new beginning, but there is something about it that is not quite right. There is something about it not revealed here. Tell me more about it. Tell me more about it, Spirit. Six of Swords. Six of Swords, and on the bottom, Death. Yeah, see, what I feel with this Death card here and the Six of Swords, it's like you would move, if you were to move in the direction with this person, that it would lead to, well, the Death card, that obviously makes me feel like would lead to some kind of ending, but then you've got the Four of Swords sitting under it. And I can't help but notice that it's peeking out there, and then the snake is there. Do you know what it's making me feel? The way that the cards have fallen in my hand there. And then the Six of Swords. It makes me feel like if you were to move in a direction with this person, like if you were to take hands, like hold hands with this person, climb this mountain, move in the direction of collaboration, move in the direction of working with them, that it would feel stagnant, and it would come to a point of it just wouldn't lead where you think it would go. But I'm very drawn to this lantern here. And so it makes me feel like it's connected to this lantern here. And it's almost like this person's direction and your direction feel like they are, because of course death is about endings and transformations. But I can't help but notice this feels different, like there feels like a division here. And so the lantern is here and the snake is here. And then we've got the Six of Swords. And so I feel like the two of you would not be aligned. And because of that, it would come to a kind of stalemate. And then I'm noticing the arches behind. And I feel like you would just be you'd be in different realms. And so yes, it would transform. Yes, it would come to an ending and a transformation, and like it would fade out. Whatever you two had planned together, it wouldn't get to that place, and it would transform into the two of you going in different directions. But your vision would be always aligned to this, like it would never really be paced to go where the two of you were together. You would always be on this different plane. Like the two of you would always be on this different plane. And yet in the meantime, I feel like by taking this person's hand, it would keep you stalled by going somewhere you want to go also. And so what are you feeling about this? Let me have a look. What are you feeling about this? Let's come back over here. I'm going to come in over this full card. It may be, like I said, not even a person. It could be an offer you've had or an invitation. Page of Swords. And Five of Swords. Page of Swords and Five of Swords. And on the bottom, Eight of Swords. Yeah, you haven't been moving on this. And so I feel like you've known the offer's there. Noticing this, I want to look in the book, okay, and see what insect this is. Let me just look in the book on the full. Just in case it says. Bear with me. It's a grasshopper. Okay, it's a grasshopper. Okay, so you were perhaps ready to move on this, or you're ready to move in a particular direction, and you may have been holding off So maybe you're ready to move in a particular direction, or maybe there are various different directions you could be ready to move in. And you might even feel like, I'm not quite sure which direction I will move in. Will I take this offer? Will I take another offer? Which is the right pathway for me? Is that the right pathway, or is that the right pathway? But I feel like you have a sense that there is something around this particular offer, maybe this person, if it's a person. There's something around this that doesn't feel aligned with you. You may feel like whatever this is, this circumstance. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I said it may not be a person, it could be a circumstance. It could even be an organization where you feel like the benefit is more to their side. Like if I were to go with this organization, or if I were to go down this pathway, they would take from me because I hold the light. And they may look like they hold all the keys here. They are the one that everyone looks at. They're the organization, or they're the group, or they're the key that everyone seems to look at. But if I were to go down, I would be holding a big key for them. Like I'd be something that they could really capitalize on, or something that they would really benefit from. And maybe they know that. Okay, this group knows that, or this situation knows that to have you on board would be of real benefit to them, because maybe they know that they need your power on board, okay, or something you have to offer. But you feel like perhaps it's not aligned to you. There's something you've been thinking about here, okay, giving a lot of thought to. And I feel like it's really been playing on your mind, and you may have even spoken to someone about it as well. And you haven't been making a move because of it, but you're ready to go. You're ready to make a move in a direction that works for you. Tell me more about this. I hope this is making sense. So somebody wants you on board, or something wants you on board to walk a certain pathway, because to have you on board feeds them, gives them energy, gives them, I keep getting the words lifeblood, and I did get that leech image, okay? And I know a leech, I hate to use that word, but it is what came through to me, all right? So take it even as it connects. I just want to see what else I get here. There's something about the blood that feels important, like in terms of feeding, okay? It's like you're valuable, like what you have to offer is valuable. It feels like it feeds and it gives energy. That's what I feel it is, not necessarily that the person or the situation is a leech as such, but it's more about the blood, the life force. Queen of Cups, that's what it is. Five of Pentacles, you're worried perhaps that if you don't take this opportunity, will there be another opportunity? Six of Pentacles, there will be other opportunities. Six of Pentacles here. Okay, so there's been some sort of offer made, I feel, or you're seeing some kind of offer here, and maybe you feel like it's taken a while for this offer to come in. But let me look on the bottom. Three of Cups. And maybe there was even celebration or excitement around this offer, but you're starting to have second thoughts, or you're feeling like, will it align with me? Does this person, does this situation, does this organization align with me? Does this pathway align with me? From what I'm seeing here, I feel like there is something around, the Ace of Pentacles could even have to do with material rewards as well around this. Which is interesting, because I want to ask about that in a moment. Let me just put that there, because as I said it, I just got a little bit of a halt feeling that there's more I want to talk about with that. I feel like there's been some sort of offer come in, or some sort of opportunity you've seen or been offered here, and you're thinking twice about it because you're wondering, does it align with me? The opportunity itself feels your energy is very positive, offering some sort of lifeblood to it, offering something really valuable. Okay, now this is energetic. It feels energetic, not necessarily that there is any kind of thinking behind it or any kind of malice behind it, just that it feels your energy as valuable. Okay, you on the other hand seem to be not making a move. 8 of Swords, holding back, staying in that, like, I'm caged in here, those self-imposed restrictions of I'm not going to make a move, I'm not sure if this is right for me, because you're the mountain here. You're the one holding the lantern. And when I say the mountain, I mean the mountain as in you have so much to offer. You're the strong, stable one here. You're the light too within the mountain. And even though this situation, person, environment offers itself up as the one that everyone should be focused on, the one that maybe everyone is focused on, I feel that it actually deep within feels like the desert reaching out, the one within the desert reaching out for the moon here, okay, and seeing you as the wish come true, like the oasis within the desert. Okay, I feel like if you go down the pathway with this situation, with this energetic imprint here, that yeah, something could come of it in terms of you could walk the path together for a while, but in terms of you having where is that death card there? Or maybe I shuffled it back in terms of you having long-term goals out of it, or long-term fulfillment out of it, I feel like you would eventually go in your own direction, because the two of you are on different planes. That's the way I'm seeing it. It felt like different planes when I saw that death card. It was like your energy was in this whole other plane up above the head of that vulture. I believe it was the vulture was on the death card, and that there's something about it that always feels a little bit misty about it to you. It never quite aligns with your energy, and that with the 6 of Swords there, you're always wanting to move to somewhere that you're never quite feeling like you get to. That's not the traditional meaning of the 6 of Swords, but that's how I'm feeling it coming through. And so even though there may be some sort of celebration or something about it that feels right, and I'm not saying don't do it. If it feels right, it might be right, but I feel like the feeling of it being right is it could feel right for just now. With the 7 of Swords, I don't feel like it is a long-term thing. I don't feel like it's where you will stay. I feel like there is something about it that doesn't completely align with you, and I feel like there is something about it where the energy is not in balance with your energy. There is something about this circumstance, situation, person, place, thing where it is wanting more from you than what you get from it. The reciprocal balance here doesn't feel in balance, if that makes sense. It feels like there is more that comes from you than what you get back from it. Okay, initially it might feel like an even flow, but the longer it goes on, I feel like that becomes more imbalanced. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so it's not that I'm saying don't do it. If it feels right to you, yeah, sure, maybe go ahead and do it if it feels right. But I feel like the longer it goes on, that you're going to feel like you want to walk away from it because it doesn't feel imbalanced and aligned long term. Okay. What else for those who are resonating with this? I just feel like you will likely want to move in a different direction over time because the alignment just doesn't feel there for you over time. But I will pull actually one of these cards too in a moment. Yeah, there we go. Death card again, yeah. And then in reverse, King of Swords. Something about your voice could be important as well. It maybe not being able to get your message across in the way that you want to get it across. Like with the King of Swords in reverse. Something about, let me just hold it. Sovereignty could be important as well with the crown. Noticing the crown there. Feeling like the control, like this circumstance, situation, the one taking control here, or something about the power imbalance also coming in there. Let me just, if it's a person, a relationship, something around that, there could be something about a power imbalance coming in over time, maybe not initially. And you're just not going to be there for that, okay? That's just not something you're on board for. Can you hear the birds going by? Okay. I'm going to take both of those. love the birds going by as we got the birds onto the table there. And what have we got? Destructive spirit, okay. And element of water. Something about your energy, and the energy here, and I keep calling it a person, place, thing, whatever, because it's going to be different for different people, does not align. Two very different energies here, collective. Just pausing here for a moment because I did go off on a little bit of a tangent where I was talking about the internet and how we interact so much online nowadays and what a big part of our life it is. But yeah, these are two very different energies, and I will talk in a moment about how they may not ultimately work very well together, and how you may be picking up on that vibe at this time. Hugely attuned and aligned with the planet. I feel like saying the planet, hugely aligned with the flow of what is going on in the connection, hugely aligned with the bigger picture. And then there could be something about whatever you are connecting with here that over time you come to understand is more aligned with personal need, personal gain, what it is that I want in my pathway, what stands in my pathway needs to move out of my pathway, where it is I'm going is priority, and make way, make way, make way. Oh, what was it I said in the beginning? Hear me, hear me. Okay, and so something about that. Okay, and so this doesn't work well together. There is something about these two energies very much that does not connect, that does not align. This energy may not start out in that way. Maybe it is more able to work in a flow state. Maybe it is more, it doesn't start like that. Maybe there is something that comes in that connects in that is more destructive over time. But I feel like this just needs to be noted, okay? And so any hint of this, you're not on board. And so that would, I feel, lead to an ending of any kind of connection, and perhaps you're sensing that, or you're just not going to get on board if there is anything like that. This has been a strange little reading, but I hope that it's helpful to you. If it does resonate with you, please just take what does connect, what doesn't. Leave behind my little side things if they're not helpful, and if they are, I'm glad that they are, and I'm sending you so much love, and I will be just doing these readings whenever they come through. Sending you lots and lots of love, guys. Take care, and whatever is going on for you, you're going to make the right decision here, because look, like all your cards come through, I can straight away feel your energy whenever I'm sitting down with this channel, whenever I'm sitting down with the people drawn here. It is so clear to me what cards are yours. Like they just, it's like a magnetic pull into your energy. Like straight away it goes on the table and I can feel it. And particularly this here, this is like the lantern, the hermit's lantern. And straight away I knew that was you. This is you. You can straight away feel it. And so you're not going to entertain anything, but I just feel like perhaps there is something about whatever this is that is not here for some of you at the moment. It could even be like an organization where this energy comes in later and you are picking up on the vibration of it. Like you're feeling like it's okay now, but there's something about it that may shift. And because you're so intuitive and perceptive, you're hesitant, but you're not quite sure why you're hesitant. You're like, hey, it looks good, but something's making me hold back and I'm not quite sure why. And it could be these vibrations, these future energies that you are picking up on. And you know what? Maybe it's okay to work with something whilst it is in a good place, but if anything comes in that doesn't align, you're out of there. And so it will be up to each of you to decide what is working for you and what isn't. Sorry, there's something coming in as I was looking over here, this Lapedia light, about, this is going to sound so strange, but about Nicolas Cage. I don't know if someone's watched a movie recently. Did I get the word cage coming in? I'm not sure if that was before the reading or during the reading, but I know the word cage came in at some stage today. in my day. I know that word came into my mind at some point, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the reading. I didn't connect it just then, but as I said his name, then I just connected it. So anyway, just mentioning that there could have been a movie that had him in it that someone's watched here. If there was, maybe the movie has a title or something about the movie was connected to this reading. Anyway, I'm going off on a lot of tangents here, but they may be connected for people. Anyway, lots of love once again. Take care. Bye.